What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with Astro DFS, bringing you a brand new video. Today's video going over Week 11's first look on DraftKings. Really good week for us, both on FanDuel and DraftKings. Been pretty hot lately, so looking to keep that fire going for another week. 11 game slate, so not terrible. Some big name teams missing, but we do have a lot of good quarterback plays, so. Josh Allen just had a great night against Denver. Now he gets to go against the Jets again at 8,200. Tua 7,700 against Vegas. I don't mind that one, actually. I think Vegas is definitely outperforming of what they are capable of. And against this Miami team, I don't know. Miami coming off the bye week, so that's a huge plus. So Justin Herbert, 7,600 against Green Bay. That matchup might be really good depending if some guys are out for Green Bay's defense again. I don't know. He is kind of pricey, though. Dak, 7,300 against Carolina. Dak's been on, I wanted to play Dak so bad for a third straight week. I've played him the last 2 weeks where he got 32 and 31. He just outdid it and got 41 rushing touchdown. Got some add-on points there, but and his price went from 6,100 now up to 7,300 against Carolina. They're missing some pieces too. Might get healthy. We'll see what that looks like. CJ Stroud's an interesting one at 7,000. This is the first name that catches my eye. Obviously, you can look at the opponent rank, and that's always something, but knowing who's on that side too. So you look at home. His home splits compared to away splits, even though he just had a really good game against Cincinnati in that Tampa game, kind of boosted some of his numbers. But what's interesting is he's playing the team that has Texans first round pick. So the Texans want to win. If you trade away your first round pick, you want to win as many games as possible. So that first round pick has the least amount of value as possible. And I think it'll be a really good one depending on what kind of Kyler Murray we see. Looked pretty good last week for his first game, so that'll be an interesting one. Justin Fields is probably going to be one of the only quarterbacks that we're looking at injury. I think there's 3 quarterbacks injury wise, but Fields is a very impactful one. Obviously, his price is at 6,900, so I mean, kind of up and down from where we saw it start at, but we saw him have some good games here against Washington and Denver. Obviously, he gets hurt in the Minnesota game. But 6,900 against Detroit, I don't think is bad. They're a really good team against the run. So, but we saw their game last year where Fields and Goff had a good battle. Jared Goff right there with them. I think his price point's good. Obviously, they're going to be able to run the ball, I think, efficiently against the Bears. But Bears have been pretty decent against the run this year. So maybe Jared Goff gets a 2-touchdown performance, but not a great cash upside player. Matt Stafford's another guy we're watching injury news-wise against Seattle at 64. Sam Howell against the Giants, 63. I'll take that. He's another quarterback. Leading the league in passing yards. Also leading the league in sacks as well. But, I mean, look how many pass attempts Sam Howell has in his last 4 games. 42, 52, 45, 44. Some crazy numbers. Obviously, the game of 42 against the Giants, they don't do much. He has a dud, but this is also a different Giants team with a different quarterback. Traded away one of their best defensive players. The corner was out last week, so we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, Kyler Murray 6,100. I think this one entices me the most off first look. You look at his numbers against Atlanta, and Atlanta has a fairly good defense, I'd say. 249 passing yards, 1 pick, 33 rushing yards, and a touchdown. Ends with 18 fantasy points. Going against the Houston team, to where you go and look at CJ Stroud's numbers, 30 to 27, 39 to 37. Some closer games here, but I mean we've seen some big scoring games out of a combination of their team and another. Obviously, look at some of the lower scoring games. Carolina, bad offense. New Orleans, bad offense. Atlanta, terribly bad offense. Pittsburgh, I mean, they destroyed them, but Pittsburgh, bad offense. Jacksonville, they get, But, I mean, the score is up. Indy, a fun team, 51 points. Baltimore good defense, and they still win that one. So this could be a game where Kyler Murray balls out facing an honest-to-God MVP candidate in C.J. Stroud. That'll be interesting to see where the ownership's at. I really like that off first look. Trevor Lawrence against Tennessee. I think his price is pretty good against this division team. Obviously, really badly weak last week. You look at some of his numbers all season, and they're not great. 18 against Indy, 15 against Indy, 15 against Houston. So pretty consistent numbers in division games. But against Tennessee, that's a different one. So we'll see what that looks like. Geno Smith, again, catches my eye. He saved me. He honestly saved me with a 300-yard bonus, the touchdown. Definitely saved me 27 points there. Brock Purdy against Tampa Bay. That's an interesting price point for him. 23, 24 the last 2 weeks. Scores are obviously different, but I think his price and matchup is really good there. Jordan Love is another one that catches my eye first look. 5,600 against the Chargers. At home, I mean, his numbers aren't the greatest, but against his Chargers defense, who is just, 41 points to Detroit. And Detroit's a great offense, like one of the more consistent offenses in the league. Regardless of the Baltimore game, their offense is really consistent. But if ever Green Bay can get their offense up and going again, Jordan Love would be a great play. I think he's a good tournament play, but I don't know about cash. Deshaun Watson's another name that we're watching injury-wise. It doesn't sound like he's going to play against Pittsburgh. That's a big division game. Looks like we'll get P.J. Walker more than likely. Baker against San Fran, not looking so hot there. Will Levis against Jacksonville. It struggled. 19 of 39 for 199 and a pick against Tampa Bay. Faces another fairly good defense. I would, on paper, fairly good defense, but they just got destroyed by San Fran, so who knows. Bryce Young against Dallas is a no. Carson Wentz. Maybe Carson Wentz if Stafford's out. I would assume they go with Carson Wentz. They figure they still have a shot this year, so that's one to watch for. If Fields is out, Bajent at 5,000, not bad. DeVito 5,000 against Washington. P.J. Walker's 4,900 if he ends up being the starter against Pittsburgh. Aiden O'Connell 4,900 against Miami. That one's really bad. Kenny Pickett against Cleveland 4,800. I might just, part of me just wants to hit the under on that game right now. Just looking at a really bad offense against a really good defense, and then P.J. Walker. P.J. Walker. I like P.J. Walker, though. Not a shot at him. And I think that's it for quarterback. Ripon to Seattle was a funny move if you guys didn't see that. That's it. That's it for quarterback. Go to running back. Try to speed it up. Christian McCaffrey against Tampa Bay, 9,300. Shaky matchup, but Christian McCaffrey's a fantasy god. Austin Eckler against Green Bay is probably, 8,600 is a steep price compared to other prices looking at it right now. But against Green Bay allows a lot of rushing yards. A lot. 8,600 looks pretty good. Travis Etienne against Tennessee. Titans defense been fairly good against the run. Even though Rashard White was able to get that big touchdown, I still think against the run they're really good. Saquon against Washington, that price is pretty good for me. Gibbs, price kind of high against Montgomery. Another good game even with David Montgomery in. That's 325 plus games in a row for him. Raheem Mostert's a name to watch with Devon Achane. Activated from the 21. It doesn't mean he's activated back to the roster, but able to practice. So we'll see what the running back situation looks for Miami. Whoever it is has a really good matchup. Josh Jacobs, 6,800 against Miami, no. Ken Walker against the Rams. That's going to be a tough one. I'm going to lean no. I think the running back situation there is going to get rough. Tony Pollard against Carolina. Man, if you played Tony Pollard, I was really tempted to, but he got outperformed by Dowdle. 6,600 against another defense that should let them run the ball. Will he? I don't know, but his price is down accordingly finally. I still don't think it's down enough for what he's done. He's had 1 out of the last six games. 1 out of the last 6 games above 10 fantasy points, and he's still priced at 6,600. Look at the fantasy points per game compared to everyone else. That's just crazy. David Montgomery, yeah, priced down 6,500. Revenge game David Montgomery, though. Revenge game David Montgomery. Breece Hall against Buffalo, 6,400. Good price, good matchup for him. Derrick Henry against Jacksonville. They haven't played, right? No. Derrick Henry owns Jacksonville. Go back. His numbers against Jacksonville are ridiculous. I'm probably going to have exposure to him. Aaron Jones against Chargers. I like that one. 9.4 against Pittsburgh. Not terrible, right? Numbers, I mean, pretty consistent in the receiving game. The rushing game, completely different. But yeah, his price and matchup, that's a good one for him. James Cook against the Jets. Nah. I don't know. Fumbling a lot. Like, he got that big rush, but he did fumble it on that. If he would have lost it, we'd be talking Leonard Fournette this week. Rashard White against San Fran, no. Brian Robinson against the Giants, possibly, yeah. He had a good game last week. James Conner against Houston. I don't mind that. What did he end up with? 7.3. Still gets 16 carries. Really nothing in the receiving game, though. But that's against Atlanta. Houston's got a good defense, too, though. The Bears situation at running back, I would expect Khalil Herbert to be back this week as well. So that Bears running back room is no, and they're facing a really good rush defense. So no on all Chicago. Yet again, Houston, watch for the running back. If Pierce is out again, Singletary, good matchup against Arizona. Ford 52 against Pittsburgh. Warren and Harris, I said I like both running backs. Both running backs had a really good game. Warren at 22 and Nahaji at 18. So both good. Bad matchup this week, though. Where are the Rams as far as this? I want to see where Kyron Williams is at. So Henderson's at 5. Freeman at 45. Week 12. So Kyron's out. So Darrell Henderson at 5,000. I think he's a good one against Seattle. Probably be used quite a bit. Hubbard, no. Hunt, no. Tavius Murray, possibly yes. Right? Not in cash, but tournaments. Go down, see anything that we like. I don't think anything really stands out. No. So that's it for running back. Wide receiver, Tyreek Hill. Holy CD Lamb. Oh my. Welcome to the 9K Club, CD Lamb. Rightfully so. Look what he's put up. 44, 32, 42. Rightfully so in the 9K Club. And Stephon Diggs. What is that pricing? Oh my God. Wow. Like, his fantasy numbers are good. But 9.1K against the Jets? Who's playing that? Who was playing Stephon Diggs against the Jets? I don't know. Tyreek Hill against the Raiders, though, yes. CeeDee Lamb against Carolina, yes. Like, even at the price point, it's going to be hard to get them, especially if you're stacking Dak with Lamb and Tua with Hill. I get it. But, yeah, I don't care. Both have good matchups. I don't care what that opponent rank says. Both have good matchups. Keenan Allen at 9,002. He's been getting up there, but man, I can't remember the last time I've seen 4 wide receivers at 9K. It had to have been Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams type of thing. Man, that's a lot. Cooper Kupp, yeah, Cooper Kupp, sorry. That is crazy. 4 wide receivers above 9K. Wow. Amon-Ra just below at 8,800, though, against the Bears. That's a really good one. Stafford's in, or even if they have Carson Wentz, I like Cooper Kupp. I've liked Seattle's defense, but, I mean, they've been underperforming quite a bit. Devontae Adams against Miami, that's going to be a rough one. Just remember, Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard going to be back, so probably going to take Miami. Jalen Waddle against Vegas, I'm going to lean no just because of the injury. Adam Thielen against Dallas, no. Mike Evans against San Fran. I don't mind that one, actually, at 7,400. Brandon Ayuk against Tampa Bay. I like that one. Puka, I think, for the price point, and he's been outperforming Cup for the most part, but, I mean, I don't think either one has been performing good lately. I don't know what happened there. DK Metcalf against the Rams, yes. They played? Yeah, 13.7 in game 1 there. Tyler Lockett also saved me. I mean, 23 fantasy points. They got 50 combined. They pulled one out and saved me. Garrett Wilson, 6,400 against the Bills. Kind of shaky there. Debo against Tampa Bay. Yeah, the price is good for Debo too, right? It's kind of higher. It's kind of higher than where he's been at this season, but I think it's still a really good one. He's having a good year, minus the injury. Amari Cooper against Pittsburgh. I like that. What did he get in the other game? I felt like 16, 7 for 10 for 90. That's not bad. D-Hop against Jacksonville. That's a shaky matchup. Jacoby Myers against Miami. I would prefer Myers over D-Hop. Or not D-Hop. Devontae Adams just because of the matchup. Christian Kirk against Tennessee. I like that one. Tank Dell against Arizona. Yeah. Tank Dell is just really, really good. Terry McLaurin against the Giants. Yes. DJ Moore against Detroit. If Fields is in, yes. If Fields is in, yes. Gabe Davis against Jets, no. Calvin Ridley against Tennessee, yes. Especially his price point. Like, he's not performing. He burnt me. I liked Calvin Ridley this week. I have no excuse. I'm just bad at predicting Jacksonville wide receivers. It's always Christian Kirk until it's not. Marquise Brown against Houston. His price point's good. Yeah. 1 of 4 though with Kyler back. That's where the uncertainty came. A lot of ownership there. Luckily, I didn't play him too. That would have been another burn. Romeo Doubs against Chargers. Yes, I liked Romeo Doubs. Had that touchdown, 3 of 5, 31, and a touchdown. Good numbers there. Dotson against Giants. I don't mind that one, even though I'd probably go McLaurin again. Deontay, George Pickens, no. Noah Brown, yes. Brandon Cook, same thing. Starting to get some more volume. Christian Watson, also, yes, I like that. JSN against the Rams, maybe. Quentin Johnson, no. Jaden Reed, his price is starting to go up. That's pretty much it. Everyone else is a value. I don't want to go too in-depth with it. Tight ends, 3 above 5K. George Kittle against Tampa Bay. Love that one. Laporta against the Bears. Love that one. Schultz against Arizona. Kind of shaky there. He's been getting a lot of love lately. Dalton Kincaid against the Jets. I like that one. Ferguson against Carolina. I also like that one. Trey McBride against Houston. His price has gone up there. His price is getting adjusted, right? We saw 2,800, 3,700, 3,500, now 4,400. So a big change for McBride. Definitely a yes there for me. Evan Ingram against the Titans, no. Komet against Detroit. I'm going to lean yes. Njoku against Pittsburgh. A lot of injuries, especially at the linebacker. I don't mind that one. It's just depending if Watson's in or PJ Walker. Watson, yes. Walker, no. I'm leaning towards right now. Logan Thomas, 3,700 against the Giants. That one's kind of shaky. Luke Musgrave against the Chargers. He's just not he's not getting as much love as we kind of thought here once we saw that New Orleans game. But he's just not getting the love we would have expected. Everett, no. No. Even Higbee, no. Kakwo, no. Maybe Daniel Bellinger. I mean, for his price point, only at 3K, 7.3, 5.4. You don't really need a lot out of him, I guess. Don't Smythe against Vegas, maybe? I think that's it. Everyone else pretty much value. And then last but not least, defenses will just go at the bottom to the top. Panthers against Dallas, no. Green Bay against the Chargers, maybe yes, depending if they're a healthy defense. Bears against Detroit, definitely not. Raiders against Vegas, no. Jets against Buffalo on the road. Yeah, I don't mind that one there. They're a really good defense. I mean, you look at the fantasy points they've been able to do this season. So that one as well. Tampa, no. Rams, maybe. Titans, no. Arizona, no. Giants, no. Dolphins. Dolphins at 3,200 is interesting. Look at what the points they've allowed. Sacks, fumbles, interceptions, just one defensive touchdown, but healthy secondary. I might go Miami defense. So Cowboys up there, 4,100. What else stands out? Browns 3,700 against Pittsburgh. 7 points in their last matchup. 38 fantasy points in the last 2 games. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you guys want my spreadsheet, which I don't think I'll have a video out at all this week for it, so fortunately it's just the way my work schedule is. So if you guys want the actual spreadsheet, like I said, it's a very cheap subscription package we offer, and all you have to do is subscribe for a week. It's very, very, very cheap just for the spreadsheet and other things that we offer. So if you guys are interested, click the link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one.